Talking heads on Triple M. This is the Rush Hour with Leisel, Liam and Dobbo, your new local, and your chance to win your way to State of Origin Game 3 with our Mate of Origin competition coming up very shortly. But Leisel, Dobbo, we bat out of our weight class Australians in the sporting field. Leisel, you know this.
Very much the underdogs in many events.
Exactly, but there isn't much we haven't won. We've won a Tour de France with Cadell. I mean, we dominate in the pool, as you well know.
4x1 freestyle relay, smashed them like guitars.
All that. But there is one sporting event where, unbelievably, Australia not only has an Australian not won, but we've never even competed before.
I don't know that I could think of an event that would be the case.
It is the Nathan's Hot Dog 4th of July competition held on Coney Island.
Yeah, this is a world famous eating competition of hot dogs.
It's the Grand Slam.
It is the Grand Slam. I mean,
it's the Wimbledon of hot
It is
dog
the
eating.
Wimbledon of competitive eating.
Well, it's 10 minutes to eat as many hot dogs as you possibly can. Joey Chestnut is the world champ. 76 hot dogs in 10 minutes. He can't be beaten. I mean, that can't be good for your body.
Well, time will tell, I guess, on that front for Joey Chestnut. But it is with great excitement that I can tell you that an Australian for the first time will compete this year at this year's Nathan's Hot Dog. First time ever. And that man joins us on the line right now. He is Australia's #1 ranked competitive eater, Mr. James Webb. G'day, James.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
James, congratulations, obviously, for competing in this. But when you're a kid growing up and you get to play sport and you then go on, and at what point do you say, I'm going to do for a sport eating hot dogs in a hot dog eating contest?
Well, firstly, thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Secondly, I don't think you dream of this as a kid.
Really?
You kind of fall into it.
Yeah.
And then I guess like anything, you see where the road takes you, and then opportunities, present themselves, and you kind of grab it with both hands and give it your best shot.
So it starts with the baby Frankfurts at birthday parties, and then it's just followed
wieners.
cocktail eaters, and then it's just followed on, right?
I'll be honest with you, I grew up in an ethnic household. I never really had Frankfurts growing up. So I've eaten more hot dog, cocktail Franks, whatever you want to call them, wieners in the past fortnight than my whole life combined.
Oh, you don't want to know what's in them, James. I think the more you think about it, the worse it gets.
Well, look, the ones I was training on were actually 46% pork, 16% chicken, and the rest is undisclosed.
Yeah.
It's the undisclosed that you've got to worry about.
Yeah,
James,
I don't want to know.
When I think about this, when we make the Olympic team, we've got the trials and you've got to go through all of that. Do you have to go through a selection process to make it to Nathan's hot dog eating contest?
Yeah, so basically earlier this year obviously I competed in Australia, and then I wanted to try my luck in America. And they have a whole federation over there. It's called Major League Eating, a full professional setup.
Major League Eating.
It's legit, right? They do contests every single weekend, and there's thousands of dollars prize money every single weekend. So they actually contacted me, and obviously one of the three directors, he's an Australian. He's been living over there for 25 years now.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
And he got in touch with me. He's like, man, you should try your luck in America. I've been watching you, etc. So I went over there, me and my girlfriend, just for a bit of a holiday, went to Disney World. But I'm like, I want to do some contests.
Yep.
And I placed second and I placed sixth in my first two contests.
Oh.
Won a bit of prize money, had a good time, got to see America. And then I came home, and then they offered me a contract in their professional league. So to be offered a contract as a non-American is pretty crazy in the first place. But as a contracted Major League Eating athlete, they call them, you can then qualify for Nathan's, which is like the Super Bowl for them. You know what I mean? Like religion over there.
I'm just having a look at their website at the moment. It's majorleagueeating.com.au. Just for everybody's sake, there on the 25th of June, there is a hot dog eating contest just in Washington. Just, it's...
That's the other qualifier.
Yeah, that's another qualifier. And if you don't, at the end of July, you can go in the Great Midwest Rib Fest World Rib Eating Championships as well. These are dead set. This is the Major League Eating competition, but we're just focusing for James Webb, the Aussie, who is competing in the Grand Poobah, the World Championships.
The Super Bowl,
the
as he
Super Bowl
described
of
it.
hot dog eating. Okay, we know Joey Chestnut. He is legendary. We know who he is. 70-something hot dogs in 10 minutes. I can only imagine what your goal is, but realistically, what do you want to achieve come the 4th of July?
Well, firstly, I want to try my best, but I want to hit close to 50. I did 41 and a half.
Wow.
And that's the first time I've ever had Nathan's hot dogs, because we don't get them here in Australia.
Right.
So to practice with these, really terrible tasting franks and buns. And I got these custom made buns from a bakery here in Sydney, which is unbelievable. But the American bread is like, it's like got sugar syrup in it, so it like just disintegrates.
Yeah.
So I was practicing on much harder hot dogs.
Right.
So my first time eating Nathan's, I did 41.5. Honestly, I want to do like close to 50 in the actual contest, which then should place me around top 5.
Wow, that is truly amazing. I love the idea of training for something like that, like expanding your gut. But James, I'm interested to know, when you look at these eating competitions, the people are usually very slight. They don't look like what you think you would look like. Can you give us a description of like what your fighting weight is?
So I'm 85 kilos, about 8% body fat.
Jeez.
Wow.
Okay.
That blows my mind.
So my other hobby is bodybuilding.
Oh,
Well, that's great. And now, these are the real questions. I mean, the damage done to the toilet the next day, mate. How bad is it?
I'll be honest with you, it's probably like anyone else. It's just more frequent.
Jay.
It can't be good for your body.
no.
Wolfing 41 to 50 hot dogs in 10 minutes. Like, nothing good can come of that.
No.
Look, to be fair, I feel like maybe the hot dogs not so much, but most of the other foods, like, look, it's all relative, right? Like, I'm trying to do 10 kilos of food a day. So, like, but it's taken me a long time, a year, to get to that capacity. So it's like anything, right? Like, everyone's stomach is a different size. So, yeah, probably stretching your stomach is not the greatest. But once it's stretched, I mean, you're good to go.
You might need to give Michael Phelps a call. What was he doing?
Oh, yeah, the calories were
20,000 calories a
insane.
day or
Yeah.
something for the Olympics? Yeah.
Sounds like right up my alley.
Exactly. It's like any sport. You stretch and then you go.
Can you get a sponsor? Can you get a sponsor like with like big sauce, big red sauce, or like
Yeah, I would
like
love
KR
to.
Frankfurt's? Do they, like the Frankfurt companies want to get on board? Is that how you're looking to make this?
Honestly, I'll take any sponsorship. Shout out to anyone that wants to hook a brother up. I'm down for whatever.
There we go. I love it. Let's get on board this man,
What about
James
a 4
Webb.
and 20 pie? Does
4
that
and
count?
20 pies, exactly.
Look,
Maybe.
at this point, because I've been eating so many hot dogs lately, I'll take any form of sponsorship. Man, I'll even take a KFC sponsorship right
There
now.
we go.
There you go. Good on
Hey,
you.
James Webb, going to be the first ever Australian to compete in the famous Nathan hot dog eating competition, 4th of July, Coney Island. It is an iconic moment in world sport. I can't wait to see you up there, James. And then, hey, what are the chances we can get you back for the Ekka in a couple of months to go in the Dagwood dog eating contest?
I will be there. August 14th, I will be there.
You really? Seriously?
Yes, I'm going to compete there for sure.
Let's go. We need to get you in studio here on the Rush Hour because I tell you what, if you come in and give us a demo in the lead up, I'll go in it with you.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
Now, I love this. James Webb, a pleasure to have you on the Rush Hour, mate. Go well.
I appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for the support and thank you for having me.